Hello friends, how are you? I'm greeting you from the Netherlands in this very special moment for football with so many changes going on. Because you already know that FIFA and the IFAB, the International Football Association Board, which is the organism that creates all the rules of the game, already approved the official use of the VAR, the Video Assistant Referee system, in football from now on. So we need to get used to it and we need to learn lots of things about it, whether you like it or not. And we already have it in the Premier League, in some other tournaments too, and we are going to have it in the next World Cup. So it's time to learn what the VAR is about with its new rules, its terms, how does it really work, and how it is implemented. That's why I made this video for you, so let's start now. So let's start with some context. What led to the VAR's approval? It was a long process. First of all, in 2014, the IFAB said, we think we need to catch up. We are behind other sports in the use of technology. So they investigated, they did some research, they consulted with other FAs that were already interested in using technology, such as the KNVB in Holland, the MLS in the United States. Also, they consulted with the stakeholders to know how they would be affected by it. And they also consulted, of course, with the sports that are already successfully using technology in football for years, like rugby, the NFL, and the NBA. So in 2016, after all the data gathering, they came up with a protocol and they approved what's called the VAR experiment. And the VAR experiment was created to correct clear and obvious errors or serious missed incidents with the philosophy of minimum interference and maximum benefit. So these were the first countries to join the VAR experiment: Australia, Brazil, Germany, Portugal, the Netherlands, and the United States, where the first online and offline tests started to be conducted. An offline test is when the VAR is used without contact with the ref, just as a practical test. And the online version is when the VAR is used connected with the ref, so it may have an impact on the game. Then in December of 2016, the first live tests started at the Club World Cup in Japan. In 2017, these competitions joined the VAR experiment: Belgium, CONMEBOL, China, Czech Republic, England, FIFA, France, Italy, South Korea, Poland, Saudi Arabia, Spain, Turkey, and Qatar. Each participant of the VAR experiment had to submit data, feedback, information to the IFAB. At the same time, the IFAB commissioned the analysis, the scientific analysis of all this information to one of the most prestigious and important universities in Europe, the Catholic University of Leuven in Belgium. So they were responsible for processing and analyzing all this data to come up with a study that truly assessed how the VAR really impacted the game. And how does it work? Now I will tell you. First, you need to understand that the VAR can only be used in 4 cases: goal or no goal, penalty or no penalty, direct red cards, and mistaken identity. Only the referee can decide finally if he wants to use the VAR, and only the referee can make the final decision for every incident. Now I'm going to tell you how the VAR works, how it is implemented. First of all, there's a VAR, a Video Assistant Referee, that's how the system gets the name. And he works with an AVAR, avatar, well, whatever, the assistant of the VAR. And they both work with a replay operator, an RO. There might be more than one replay operator depending on the number of cameras that the system has set up. And they all work together in a VOR, Video Operation Room. Each competition will have to define if there will be a match center to monitor all games, or if the VAR will be outside or near each stadium. There are different uses of the VAR. First of all, we have the check, where an incident is checked but there is no contact with the referee about it, so it happens in the background without game interruption. And then we have the review. If the check shows that there can be a clear and obvious error or a serious missed incident, only then there's contact with the ref, and then he decides if he wants to review the repetition. The review can only occur when the game is stopped, and it can't be used for an incident nor to change the decision if the game already resumed after it happened, unless it's a serious red card offense. There are 2 types of review. First, we have the VAR-only review, when the ref only decides with the help of the VAR from the VAR. And it's suitable for factual decisions like inside or outside the penalty area, ball out of play, etc. And then we have the OFR, the on-field review. The ref takes the VAR recommendation, but now he goes to review the repetition to the referee review area, RRA, to make the final decision. This is suitable for subjective decisions such as whether the arm was in a natural position or not to call a penalty, or if there's an interference by a player in an offside position, etc. Once the VAR experiment concluded, the Catholic University of Leuven processed all information, and these are some of the very surprising results. By the way, I'm at the couch. The Eredivisie of the Netherlands will be another of the competitions that will start using the VAR starting next season. I'm going to show you now some of the most relevant stats of the VAR experiment according to the Catholic University of Leuven. 804 competitive matches were part of the VAR experiment. Another 700 friendlies used the VAR, but they weren't included in the results because the level of influence can't be compared, of course. 68.8% of the games with VAR didn't need to use it. That means that less than a third of the games really need to use the VAR. The accuracy of the referee decisions went up from 93%, which is already pretty high, to 99%. That's a 5.9% increase. The VAR had a decisive impact on the result in 8% of all of the matches. And 56.9% of the checks were for penalties and goals, and 42.3% for red card incidents. Now this is where the study gets really interesting. How much time does really game lose with VAR? Now I'm going to show you. Compared with other incidents, in example, free kicks steal from a game in average 8 minutes and 15 seconds. That's a lot. A throw-in, 7 minutes and 2 seconds. Goal kicks, 7 minutes and 46 seconds. Corner kicks, 3 minutes and 57 seconds. Substitutions, 2 minutes and 57 seconds. And the VAR, in average, only 55 seconds. That's less than 1% of all the time of the game. So the emotional perception of people exaggerates things way more than the numbers really show. And because I know you wonder about a lot of things now, here it is. VAR, frequently asked questions. What happens if the VAR malfunctions? If the VAR breaks during a game, the referee will be informed, and the fourth referee will go to the benches and notify the coaches of each team, and the game will go on without the VAR. If it's only the intercom system that fails, they will try to replace it or use the backup system if possible. And what if a player protests asking the ref for the VAR? If an incident happens and a player aggressively goes to complain to the referee, trying to make him use the VAR, and he signals the TV and starts, hey, use the VAR, blah blah blah, well, that's a yellow card. Who is eligible to work as a video assistant referee? A VAR can be a former or a current top-level referee, but if it's a former referee, they need to be involved in the top level of competition. And the assistant of the VAR also needs to be a former or current referee or assistant referee. Will the VAR start to be used immediately all over the world? The day of the press conference when the official use of the VAR was announced, Pierluigi Collina, who is the head of the UEFA Referees Committee, said clearly that it won't be an overnight process. It will take time. Each FA and their competitions that want to really use the VAR system will need to meet very high standard requirements, and they will also need to pass several strict tests and several strict inspections until everything is running at the level that the IFAB and FIFA want. It's not a matter of time and rushing to get the VAR all over the world, but a matter of quality and also improvement. Okay, my friends, thank you so much for being here watching my very first video in English. I hope you learned everything you need to know about the VAR. Like the video, share it on your social media, Subscribe to my channel and follow me on Twitter if you have comments, thoughts, anything. You can interact with me there on Twitter. So thank you so much again for being here, and see you next time. Bye!